Are you wondering just how long it takes to see results from brain rewiring? So if you've been working on nervous system regulation but you feel stuck, then this video is going to give you a clear roadmap for what to expect and what it takes to actually start experiencing real transformation. So hi, my name is Brittany Brooks and I'm a Christian brain rewiring coach, and I'm super passionate about helping people break free from chronic symptoms like chronic fatigue syndrome, food sensitivities, and I help people retrain their brains so that they can get back to doing what they love, eating freely, and living life without limitations. So I've been, in my journey, I was actually always a really driven, high-achieving person, constantly chasing the next goal. But several years ago, my brain hit a wall. And after a series of life stressors, my body crashed really hard. I became completely bedridden, and this was for 4 years. And at my lowest point, I couldn't even sit up on my own. I had to have help with daily living tasks. But brain rewiring was the key that actually was the turning point in my healing. And today, that same drive fuels my mission, which is to help as many people as possible recover from chronic illness through Christ-centered healing. Now, one of the most common questions that I get is, how long does it take to see results from brain rewiring? And let's start by clarifying what brain rewiring actually means. So basically, every time you learn something new, even recognizing a new face, your brain forms new neural pathways, and this is called neuroplasticity. So technically, your brain is already rewiring itself even as you watch this video. But when people ask about brain rewiring, what they're really asking is, when will my brain and body actually start to respond differently? And maybe they want to know just how long they're going to have the symptoms like fatigue or brain fog, or how long until their body stops overreacting. So based on my experience and research, brain rewiring happens in 3 core phases. The first one is to realize, because healing starts with awareness. Before you can change anything, you have to see it. And in this phase, you're going to begin to notice the thought patterns, nervous system responses that are keeping you stuck, like maybe fear, maybe avoidance behaviors, or that constant fight, flight, or freeze mode. You might even catch yourself looping in symptom-focused thinking. And you might even be thinking worst-case scenario thinking without even realizing it. So this is where we just slow down and get really honest with ourselves about what our brain and body and how it's reacting to our environment. Now, when you realize what's holding you back, you can start to renew your mind and calm your nervous system and reclaim your life through Christ-centered healing. So by simply shining a light on these negative thought patterns, you take the first step towards freedom. Now, in the second phase, you will rewire. And this is where you begin to gently shift those negative thought patterns. This is where you're going to interrupt the old survival wiring and begin creating a new default through daily exercises that will signal safety to your brain. And we go deeper into this in our Brain Rewiring 360 program, but this is the heart of the healing process. So practicing this new response and being consistent even in calm moments so that your nervous system can fully relax. Now, the third phase is reintroduce. This is where life really starts to normalize. So by this time you're in this phase, your nervous system will be more balanced. So it's much easier to start bringing things back in that you've been forced to avoid. So maybe things like playing with your kids again, or maybe traveling again, or maybe it's driving, or maybe it's going back to the gym and lifting weights. It could even be eating foods that you were forced to avoid. But whatever it is, this is where your nervous system's more balanced, and in this phase, you can gently reintroduce things. So this is not where you push yourself. It's just where you gently begin to bring in a regulated nervous system into situations that you were once forced to avoid. Now, eventually, these new patterns become second nature, and you're no longer managing symptoms. You're living your life again, and now based on years of experience working with clients and habit research, each of these phases take about 30 to 90 days. So overall, to get to that reintroduction phase, it can take roughly 90 days, and in some cases, it could take up to 6 months for many people. So you do have to be really patient with yourself. So if you have any kind of complex traumas or extreme chronic illness, it can take anywhere between 6 to 12 months. And this is depending on your nervous system and consistency. But the key to faster and lasting brain rewiring is consistency and repetition. So even 5 to 10 minutes a day of gentle movement. You could even add in some breath work or nervous system regulation. This is going to build new neural pathways. But when you skip days or if you go in bursts, it really does slow down the process. So it's so important to be consistent. Also remember that brain rewiring isn't just about managing symptoms in the moment, like taking a deep breath when stressed. The goal is to shift your default state so that your brain and body start to produce these new chemical responses without you having to think about it. So here are some science-backed tips to help speed up your brain rewiring journey. So I want to just go over some basic stuff that, we've already discussed, but you're probably familiar with all the regulation tools, which is breath work, grounding, gentle movement, visualization. Any of this can help your stress response to calm down. And it's really common. I do see one of the first things that actually start to improve is sleep. A lot of my clients will report within the first 3 or 4 weeks that their sleep improves through the night, and that when they wake up they actually feel energized and more rested. So if you are rewiring your brain, don't underestimate the power of sleep and nutrition, because your brain does its deepest healing when you're well rested and nourished. So also, I tell people it's real important to try to reduce some of the toxic stressors, like maybe some negative people, excessive screen times, inflammatory foods. This can keep your nervous system on high alert, and it can actually even slow down the process. So yeah, my clients, I tell them all the time that it's not a quick fix, but it is about creating a life that you don't need to escape from. So it's not like a pill, but the results are lasting, and that's why it's so powerful. So yeah, it's just, really important that you are consistent every single day and that you keep showing up, because over time this builds new neural pathways and it creates a new, healthier version of you. So yeah, I'd love to invite you to explore our recovery system program if this resonates with you. It's a structured, Christ-centered approach that walks you week by week, showing you exactly what you need to focus on each and every day so you can calm down your nervous system, reduce or hopefully eliminate chronic symptoms, and gently bring back things that you love. Maybe the foods that you were forced to avoid. Maybe it's going back to work full time, driving again. And brain rewiring is the key to my healing. Helped me reverse over 50 chronic symptoms, and I know it can for you too. So when you join, you're going to get 6 months of personal support inside of a private Facebook group. You'll get unlimited questions and answers with me and my team, and you're going to get customized coaching, so this can help you stay consistent and make real steady progress. So if you have 1 question or 70 questions, they're going to get answered. So if you're tired of doing this alone and you just want extra support, just click the link in the description below and go ahead and book a free discovery call. We'll build a personalized plan to see if the program is a good fit for you. So yeah, I would love to help you, and you don't have to walk this journey alone. There's people here that want to help, and we're here to support you every single step of the way. So I hope this gave you some clarity and hopefully some encouragement about what brain rewiring really is, how long it takes, and why it's so worth it. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. How long have you been brain rewiring, and what changes have you noticed so far? So, I'd love to read your comments. I read every single one, so drop it in the comments. And if this helped you, hit the like and subscribe for more tips on nervous system regulation, brain rewiring, and gentle recovery tools. Thank you, and God bless you.